Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Mons, our Digimon Ghost Game Recap podcast. My name is JD, and as always, I'm joined by my two good friends, Jeanette and Gary.
Hello.
Hey.
And this week, we are going to be talking about episode 13, Executioner, and episode 14, I'm going to butcher this horribly, Zashiki Warashi, something. It's another yokai name, I think. Yeah, so... Man, we got a really kind of depressing, kind of dark, kind of extreme episode to start with, and then immediately countered with something kind of wholesome. So we got both ends of the extremes this week. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with episode 13, Executioner. Damn, man, this episode kind of hit hard. I don't know about you guys, but man, a lot of shit happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, the premise of this one is that Digimon are being killed off mysteriously, and the kids don't know why. Turns out there's like a assassin hitman Digimon that's going around just sniping people off for a really fucked up reason, honestly. And we get to see Gamamon's technically his fourth evolution, which we'll get into. But before we do that, what did you guys think about this one?
I loved it. It was dark, it was depressing, but it's kind of like I expected something would happen this episode to shake things up, and I was right, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from the opening shot, you kind of know that this is going to be a little darker.
For sure. Yeah.
Also, the title, Executioner. It's
right,
not assassin. Yeah. Assassins can still be a little bit more or less dark, but Execution is just definitely more dreadful.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got this guy, Sealsdramon, who is going around just like killing off the Digimon that have come into the real world. And it's really kind of messed up when you learn that his reason for doing it is literally he's trying to meet a quota or like a personal quota. Like he just cares about racking up a number. He's not doing it for like any altruistic reason. He's just doing it because he wants his murder count to go up.
He's not even doing it because there's a higher hit. He's an assassin. He's a hitman. But nope, not in it for the money or whatever.
Well, they kind of explained it a little bit where they're saying like, oh, Sealsdramon is so like certain Digimon will go underneath a training, and only the most extreme ones can digivolve into Sealsdramon, which makes them like an unstoppable killing machine. Which they need to like expand on that. Like, who's training these like Digimon to become killers specifically? Because that's kind of messed up.
Well, I think unfortunately the only one who would know. Oh well, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So I guess we can talk about the big elephant in the room in this one. So a couple episodes back, we met Professor Bokomon, little penguin dolphin, whatever he is. But he was like the one link to the digital world where he kind of knew like what the digital world was, what evolution is. Like he was just like a wealth of knowledge. And it was really cute to see the last couple of episodes where like he and Gamamon were just forming this kind of cute relationship where like, because Gamamon's obviously a child and Bokomon's like just trying to teach him stuff. They formed this cute little relationship. But after the kids go to try to confront Sealsdramon, Sealsdramon's about to snipe Gamamon, and like one hit from this guy like just kills them and like pixelates them, and they die. But Bokomon jumps in the way, and well, Bokomon's gone, y'all.
Yeah, and a series that you didn't think would kill anyone off because it's been really lighthearted and cheerful so far. Like, I mean, it dealt with some dark stuff, but it was always really lighthearted and very like status quo-y.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then they're like, "Bam, he's dead."
I mean, this is the first time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this the first episode where we actually see a Digimon die in this series?
I think so.
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
unless you count the death race.
Yeah, technically they died.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I feel like this is the first personal death.
Yeah.
I don't know, but man. So if you remember a couple episodes, I had said like, oh yeah, Gamamon has a fourth evolution. It's like a dark version of his red evolution of I can't remember his evolution names. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
The red one.
Beetle?
Yeah, Beagle or
Battle? Beetle?
it's Battle Gamamon. So Gamamon, obviously distraught over like his new friend being just brutally murdered right in front of him, pulls a dark evolution. He pulls a Skull Greymon and evolves into his dark evolution, Gulus Gamamon, who apparently is just really hardcore and just basically murders Steelsdramon without a second thought. And it's really hardcore, and you see Gamamon like he's just very evil and like is really it taunts his hero before like being able to like revert back to Gamamon and obviously be back into his childlike demeanor. But man, seeing Gulus come out like that, like it's kind of intense.
He's scary. Like he legit is scary.
Scary. Also dark and edgy.
He is edgelord for sure.
He was able to crack a hole in that little like environment.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called when they like click on their Digivice and they just transform them?
So
Transport them to... Did we ever get a proper name for it?
I don't know. I think there is an actual name for it. I don't remember what it is. I think in the next, I can't remember if it's in the next episode or the one I just watched from this week because we're recording this a week later. They actually explain what these things are, but
all right, that's the next episode.
Okay, it is the next one. Yeah, so we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, man, this episode's real intense, and man, it's actually kind of nice that they give us kind of a more lighthearted episode afterward.
Yeah, kind of need a palate cleanser after that.
For sure.
I do like to point out two Digimon that I find curious. One is obviously leading to another thing, but another one is just literally a Digimon with a TV for a head. I find that adorable.
It's Monotamon. He's from that Cross Wars fusion season.
And the other one is not Argumon, because I'm pretty sure that there's a different name for that.
Yeah, it's like the...
It's a recolor of Argumon.
Evil recolor or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they call it.
I know he's in the Digimon like games. I just can't remember what he's called, but it's like the evil or not as good variant that you get when you're trying to get the cool ones, and instead you get the knockoff ones.
Right, yeah. Will, is there anything else you want to talk about this episode before we move on?
R.I.P. little scientist man. May you rest in peace. May you reincarnate happily.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that is something I wanted to mention before. They bring up again when Pokemon is killed off. They re-explain how Digimon have a reincarnation cycle where when they die, they just go back to the digital world, reform as an egg, and then they're reborn. But it was interesting to I wonder if this is a different interpretation of it, because the way they explain it in this version is that when they're reborn, they're basically reborn as a new person entirely, because they're not going to be the same person when they're reborn. Whereas I feel like in other seasons, and my example for this is when Wormmon and I guess even Patamon really were both reborn. They're both reborn into the same person they were before.
You're right.
Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting twist if that's what they're going with. That
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
It's more of a reincarnation rather than being reborn.
Yeah, it's just like they're gone, so it does give some kind of finality to death. They'll come back, but they're not going to remember you. They're not going to be the same person you knew. So in that, it actually does kind of put some stakes into this.
Yeah. But you're giving the different way of Digivolution, it might also not be the same Digimon after the baby state.
Yeah, it's kind of a gamble of what's going to come back once they reincarnate.
That honestly makes more sense.
It does. As far as like making sense of monsters made of computer data, but no, I actually think it is kind of a kind of a more interesting concept than before. And like I said, it kind of puts bigger stakes on Digimon being killed off. But yeah.
One more thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
The cat thing. The cat thing appears at Pokemon's egg and he plants it in the world. And he's also the cat thing that was at the beginning of the series.
Oh yeah, the little black Gatomon that pops up periodically.
Yeah.
I think he pops up again in the next episode too.
He does.
I love his doofy little design. It's just a black Gatomon in a hat and a trench coat.
Oh, I love it too.
And he's just a delivery man.
He kind of makes me think of Monster Hunter and the little cat people in that.
He does give me some Palico vibes.
Jeremy Snow here, owner and editor-in-chief of the Geekly Grind. I'm interrupting your awesome, regularly scheduled programming to ensure that you know about our Geekly Grind podcast network, of which this show is a treasured member of. If you haven't had a chance to check out our site, you can do so at www.thegeeklygrind.com, and while you're there, check out the other members of our steadily growing podcast family, including the anime-centric Blake and Spencer Get Jumped, discovering new heroes and comic book keepers with Chris and Lance, exploring the vast universe of geekdom with Geeksploration, or of course appreciating animation's finer details with the Ink and Paint Club. Escape your weekly grind at the Geekly Grind.
All right, well, I think that will bring us into episode 14. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that again.
Please don't.
So this one's kind of interesting because we start out at getting another delivery from the Black Gatomon, bringing new DIM cards to the kids from Hero's dad, who is in the digital world still. And you're right, Gary. This is where we get the explanation of what these fields that they throw out. Basically, the fields that they pop up so they can fight the Digimon in the real world, but not like damage the real world. I think they call it like a pseudo digital world or something like that. I forget exactly what they called it.
I have a new name for it.
Yeah.
I would call it Hero's Dad's Vacation Pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally how he treats it.
Yeah, because it's basically these digital fields they keep showing up are actually just captured environments from Hero's dad's journey through the digital world. So, like later on, they have a desert version now, and I think in the episode after they have an ice field now. So I think it's interesting because they're at least bringing new terrains in instead of just like the jungle cityscape that they always have.
That he nearly got eaten by a Digimon.
Yeah, he's really nonchalant about it.
Nonchalantly. And he still haven't explained anything
to
his kids. I mean, he did... Okay, whatever happened with Gamamon, even without all the Digimon happening in the real world, would probably still warrant some question that he probably should have known Hero would have. So, what is this baby dinosaur? Why did I give you these bracelet? How did I know you activated these bracelet?
Yeah, pretty much all the explanation he's given, and it's not even an explanation. He's like, I would really like to show this to you one day. And it's like, this is a Digimon. Take care of him for me.
Yeah.
He's your brother now.
This episode and this one, I think there's more to Gamamon. Definitely, there's more to him. I wonder if he's sort of like an evil Digimon, and then he got reincarnated into being a Bobby, and now Hero has to take care of the Bobby.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Gamamon's definitely got some weirdness up with him, especially with like his 4 different evolutions he's had so far.
Yeah, he's a special boy.
Yeah, but this episode's kind of wholesome, honestly, once the creepiness goes away. But basically, the kids are taken out of the city. They go to like this seaside town because Kyo has a science conference or something. He's like going to because he's like a super genius, or he's already graduated college and all that. So he's like going to like some fancy conference or something.
Well, not too fancy. They are staying in a budget hotel.
They are in a budget hotel.
Right here.
But because some weirdness is happening at the same place, he let them come with him. So it turns out there's a childlike ghost haunting a hotel that will basically come up to people in the hotel asking them to play with him, usually throwing a ball at them or different kind of childlike things. And man, it's really creepy when it's just like these two red eyes down a dark hallway coming at some old guy in the hallway, leaving bruises on him. But yeah, it's kind of wholesome when we find out it's just a little monkey man, and he used to be friends with the grandma that used to run the hotel, but she left, and he's just confused about it.
I love Little Monkey Man.
It's the little whatchamacallit, yokai in question. I do wish that the episode title at least make an attempt to translate into something that it's understandable. Because this yokai, it's more or less a prankster, a trickster. The actual story is that this is a little spirit who hangs around people's home's living room, and they just want to play. That's more or less it. And if you play with them, you have good fortune. And that's why there's a line in there saying that, oh, if they're visited by this little spirit, why are they still kind of, the business of this hotel is just kind of meh?
Yeah.
Oh.
And this is a very regional yokai too. It's only in the northern half of the main island of Japan. And it's actually more centered around the Iwate Prefecture. But there has been sighting in surrounding prefecture as well. So even in Japan, it might not be too widely known.
Wow, yeah.
I thought I just missed something somewhere, and that's why I had no idea what was going on. But no, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, this is the time when I actually kind of want those, back in the old fan sub day where you had the little asterisk translator note.
Yes.
It's like, this is what this means, because we don't have an English word for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if they called it the episode "The Prankster Child," that would make like a little more sense.
Yeah.
It would have.
Yeah, I feel like if this series was being dubbed, they definitely would have made English titles for them. But I guess because it's only being subbed and brought over here, they're like, you're already watching it in Japanese. You could have a Japanese title. But yeah, like not too much in terms of like plot happens, other than they get new dim cards and new
well, Gamamon did
fields.
Kind of find closure because he's still confused about death in general.
Yeah, it's kind of charming and sad. Hero basically trying to explain what death is to him.
It's a long journey.
It's just so sad because he's like, he wants to give him a cookie and it's like, we're gonna save this one. I'm gonna save this one and bring it to Pokemon when we get back. And they're like, we can't give it to him. He's gone and he just doesn't understand. And it's so sad.
I know. This episode did make me tear up a bit. Just everything.
It's like trying to explain to a toddler why Grandpa died.
I will. Just one little nitpick. Just some of the drawing was a little wonky.
Yeah.
Instant drawing, I understand because you don't need that much detail in a wide shot. But some of the medium shot is the eye seems kind of misplaced, like a little unbalanced.
So this episode and the one we'll talk about on the next time, the next episode after this, I do notice that the art looks a little weird in spots. Like maybe whatever storyboard artist worked on this one was just a little off. I mean, it's not like horrible or anything, but like there's some wonky bits.
I think it's stuff to do with scheduling with what's more important. I'm guessing that since we had the big high quality episode, like in the previous episode with the evil Gamamon, and we possibly might have some more high action thing coming up, that they kind of have to not focus too much on the quality on these few slower episodes.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't doubt if that's the case at all.
Just like the same person whose storyboards like Digimon and Pokemon. Are they the same company? I guess they're not. They look the same. The art styles kind of look like the new Pokemon and not so much like old Digimon though. Or for the background characters.
Yeah.
Well, I know Toei does Digimon. I'm not sure who does Pokemon these days. For all I know, they have their own animation company. They could afford it.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if their same artist went to different. I mean, move from job to job because it usually isn't like a long time thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was just. I felt like this one was just kind of a nice breather, something a little lighthearted after the big shitstorm that was the episode before it. So
I the Digimon 2 of the week was really cute. He kind of looks like Grookey and that one Final Fantasy VI character mashed together.
Yeah, I forget what his Japanese name, but his American name is Mon. Because he's Monkeymon.
Oh, nice.
But I played Digimon World 3 back in the day, and he was one of the starters you could have chosen.
Oh, so that makes sense.
It was him, and I remember there was a bear. I think we saw him in Adventure 20. It was the little bear with the ball cap on.
Yeah, the bear's hat.
Yeah, he was one of the other starters you could have chosen. Should play that again.
I didn't even know there was a Digimon World 3.
There's 4. No, there's 4 numbered ones. I think technically Cyber Sleuth is what Digimon World became.
Yeah.
Which I need to give Cyber Sleuth another chance too. Well, is there anything else you guys want to mention before we wrap up?
Nope.
All right. Well, guys, I think.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Gary.
There is a new ending song.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
There is a new ending now, and I'm gonna have to change that on the podcast. Thank you for reminding me.
I do like the art. We do see more of the evolved version of our various.
See everybody's
Digimons.
champion forms, which it technically has a spoiler, which I guess it has been in the intro the whole time, but this one gives you a better look at it.
Yeah, it's stay on the screen longer. When are we going to get what's the name?
Angoramon's evolution.
Yeah.
Depends on if it's coming soon, I'm sure.
Coming to be announced.
Coming in a time.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yeah. Yeah, the new ending's fine. I enjoy the little dances, the little 2-frame dances that they have all the Digimon do in the credits. Mm-hmm. That's cute.
Yeah. I also, one other thing I want to comment on, I do enjoy Gamma Man's little antics during the more like explainy scenes. Like more as time goes on, the more I enjoy them, just seeing what Gamma Man's up to. Like in this episode, he was chewing on the computer, or was the I don't remember. He was chewing on the computer. He was playing in the hot tub or hot spring. Just
okay.
Gamma.
So I don't know if this is just something that anime's been doing, because it's weird. Because I noticed this in Pokemon. Because my wife and I watched through a lot of Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're right. They just have, like, there's a lot, like, where dialogue is going on. The little monsters or whatever will just be doing stuff in the background, just being cute. So there'd be, like, scenes of, like, Ash and his friends talking, like Pikachu and the little Pokemon are just off to the side, just doing something in the background that you don't really have to pay attention to. But yeah, it just, like, Gamamon's little antics. I just love when they're having the fucking conversation in the hot tub and he's just like swimming back and forth across the screen.
Yeah, much for me.
It's pretty cute. I just want a little figure of Gamamon. That'd be cool. He's a cute little dude.
I want a figure of Jellymon. That fits so nicely on my desk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Jellymon figure win.
Yeah, I'm sure we could easily get a hold of these.
Yeah. Now imagine Jellymon, but in one of those maglev like hovering figurine.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Well, I think that'll do it for this week, you guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in and to talk about Digimon. Let us know in the comments or on our social medias what you thought about these episodes. Are you liking the direction the Digimon may be going in, Gamamon's new evolution, and what that could mean for the rest of the series? I guess we'll have to see. But until that time, we're going to get out of here. But everybody stay safe. Thank you all for listening, and we'll catch y'all next time.